How's it going, everyone? It's Lee Caddison here with another episode of Charmed as we get into episode 3 of season 4. Following a very intense two-parter to start this season. Yeah. I'm excited to see how we are going to proceed with the season, of course. But yeah, it was a really, really intense way to kickstart things for Season 4. Obviously, we had an intense cliffhanger for Season 3, so coming into Season 4, like I said, it was always going to be very, very nerve-wracking given Piper and Prue were left for dead. And yeah, we opened up with the sad announcement that Prue did not make it. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's been nearly a week and it still does hurt. It still sucks that we're not going to be having Prue around anymore. So yeah, and over on the Patreon side of things, of course, there were various behind the scene bits and pieces that were divulged into, I guess, the various reasonings why Shannon may have not been included in season 4. But if there is one thing that is 100% concrete, it's the fact that Prue's presence will be deeply missed. Because it's not just, of course, myself that really enjoyed Prue's character, but there's going to be many plethora of people who, you know, have loved Charmed who will miss Prue, or who have missed Prue, should I say, because obviously this Charmed ain't on the air anymore. I think the reboot is concluded anyways, but still, you get the idea. A lot of people are going to miss Prue's presence, so yeah. But of course, we do have the introduction of Paige that we had in the last episode. And like I said, with the immediate aftermath of Prue's death and the introduction of Paige's character, yeah, I felt like it was balanced really, really well over the course of, these two episodes. So, yeah, it will be very exciting to, like I said in the last episode, deal with her character over the course of this season. And I still, of course, feel like we're going to touch upon certain aspects of Prue no longer being around over the course of this season. But, yeah, it was really, really well balanced. And again, with the behind the scenes stuff, there was some very interesting bits and pieces that came out, including who auditioned for Paige. Two notable actresses who were in Buffy, Elijah Dushku and Charisma Carpenter. So, in a sense, I'm kind of glad, because I feel like that would have impacted things on the Buffy side, aka we wouldn't have I think this was like, I think Buffy was ongoing anyways at the time when Charisma would have auditioned for Paige. I'm not sure, but yeah, still, like I said, it would have probably impacted things. And Charisma, of course, nailed it as Cordy. Same with Eliza, she nailed it as Faith. So but yeah, I am really, really excited to see how things will go for this season, just in general. So why don't we get into this episode of Charmed? It's episode 3 of season 4. Let's go.
A demon does not the power of 3 make.
So what are we supposed to do? Sit around and wait for them to pick us all
Power
off?
of
If
2.5.
we weren't going after them, they'd be coming after us.
They're coming after you anyway, Piper. The source is coming after you.
And we won't be ready for him.
I'll throw hands.
He's gonna blow.
Piper, get out the way for crying! Oh, oof. Wait, where's Piper? I mean, that's... She just didn't even flinch.
Go.
You look like an arrogant bastard. Oh! Hey, I'm sure that's personal gain. In a sense, I don't know.
You know what, Cole? Next time you can stay home.
Oh, shit.
That's it. I'm taking these suicide missions. You forced me to be there because there's no way in hell I'm about to let Phoebe lose another sister.
Oh,
He's at the door for us, okay?
Sure.
So that explains why she didn't bolt to the
Ask him to come back later.
car.
We need to talk.
Here, so I'm gonna go scry for evil in my room.
Jeez.
Cry?
Yeah, Phoebe will explain. I'll see you later.
She is completely detuned.
It's kind of like
I mean, the ramifications of Prue's death is still going to be lingering pretty hard. Is she going to write that down word for word? Oh, shit!
What? What is it? What's wrong?
You've got to talk to your wife.
Okay, Cole, remember what I said about being gentle?
What about
This
my
is
wife?
gentle.
She's out of control.
And not to rush this tender moment, but she's already started scrying.
Ah! Wow, okay, okay.
Didn't mean you couldn't use the stairs.
Damn, what are you... Paige, come on. Oh, how did that get out there? Well, this is not going to bear consequences whatsoever.
Bye.
No. No.
It hurts to breathe.
Oh.
So unless you have some idea of how to bring Prue back, I don't want to talk right now.
I'm glad that they're
Is that
not,
what you don't want to say?
you know,
Is that you still
skirting
blame me for
past.
not being able to bring her back?
Are you trying to copy a book?
Nah, it's nothing. It's cool.
Well, if you need me
Oh,
to
the
for-
treatment of the
say what?
book.
Thanks.
Paige, don't do that to the book. Don't do that to the book. You can't. You have to treat it with care.
Okay.
It will be from now on.
Mwah.
I mean, look, it's gonna give him a boost of confidence.
Piper, Cole and I do not support you in this. If
So,
you insist on doing
he's
it, you're...
looking out for an innocent because that dickwad was bullying him. So, yeah, I'll allow it. Allow it. Yo, Cole got yeeted. You fuck.
Piper, unfreeze him! What if I blew him up?
Is Cole gonna help? Oh no, what have you done? What have you done?
Either tell me what you know or get out of the way.
But Piper
They're called
is...
Furies.
Oh shit.
Like from mythology?
The dog-faced women from hell?
They're modern knockoffs. Their MO is the same, though.
They punish evil.
Modern knockoffs.
Wait, wouldn't that make them good?
Well, these Furies, when they focus their thoughts on you, they force you to hear the cries of all your former victims.
Oh
You're not
shoot.
the demon who did those things anymore.
But the pain is still gonna be there. The past is still there. Oh. Oh wait, is the book gone? Yeah. Yeah.
Piper, I...
Phoebe, why would you even leave her alone with it?
Oh
Well,
no.
because she's our sister.
Not for long.
Looks like we're gonna lose another sister in a minute.
To vanquish your sister, I think I'll sit this one out.
Oh no! Now you're gonna sit out. Now you're gonna sit.
To be kind, a compromise will disentwine.
Can that work? What? That worked?
Thank you so much. For sexual harassment and pay you with my big fat punitive settlement.
The way you dress, the judge would admire my restraint.
Fuck you.
That's it.
You grotesque piece of shit. Oh shit! Oh, she's just waddling out like, oops.
Busted.
Hello.
What? Okay, what?
Our sacred book. So you
It's Prue, you know, like us all.
The last thing I wanted to do was to add to your guys' stress. I just wanted to get back
She's-
to Donnie.
Yeah, and I understand the temptation.
It's still early days. I can't really, you know,
Right.
bollock her and all of
Sorry.
that.
Wait, are you saying that Piper is turning into a demon?
It wouldn't be the first time. Step on it and hit the clutch. We're going into fourth. Ready? On three. 1, 2, 3.
So I don't think she'll be as
Easy, Piper.
Indigoed.
What are you protecting him now? That wasn't very nice.
He feeds on pain.
I think I need to sit down.
Oh no, 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 oh no. Yes!
Paige.
What? You only said I couldn't use magic to punish him.
Okay.
It's fair! You can't
down
you
back
can't
to his
chastise her
office.
for that.
And guided spirits, hear our plea. Annul this magic.
Pretty please. Oh,
Please
like
let it be.
that. Okay, there we go.
Whoa.
Thank God.
Don't thank him yet.
You didn't find her?
I didn't get a chance to look. Every time I use my sensing powers, a bounty hunter sensed me. I fought off 3 of them.
This is gonna be Cole every week now, isn't it?
No, it's okay. And somehow
Which bounty hunter is it this week? Is it
Okay,
Boba
I
Fett?
have
Yes, but as you said, I'm not the demon who did those things anymore. And if facing my
Oh, at
crimes,
least he has that
save your
confidence.
sister,
Cole.
Phoebe.
Take this faith, really. That as long as Piper comes back.
I would do almost anything for you, you know that. But I will not be a coward for you. Please don't ask me to be.
Damn, Cole.
I know where evil dwells.
I'm not gonna lie, okay? Hear me out.
Lamp! Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry.
No, it's no hard feelings.
Something in here? Cole, don't!
It's just gonna push
I abandoned you.
the fury further.
You think it's my fault that Prue died? You blame me. Just admit it.
Tell her,
Oh
Piper. It's
no.
all right to hate her. You should hate her. When my parents died, I hated them for it. I was alone, and I hated them.
I need you. Please come back.
Okay. Okay.
That I could live without her.
Jeez, we're hurting on all fronts. We are hurting on all fronts.
It's like an invitation for more pain.
That's that in a nutshell, isn't it? 'Cause love
Maybe,
can hurt.
Maybe you don't start with love.
Be okay that she's gone, Piper. I promise it will get better. That was my fault. I distracted her with muffins.
And you are?
You can't go wrong with muffins. Her sister.
I'm her sister.
Her sister. There's that acceptance. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. It's nice that she's embraced that Paige can be her sister now. And we saw with the first 2 episodes how it was very, very hard for Piper, for Phoebe. I think I even said it with the 2-parter, that it seemed like she had to step up and be the dependent one. She was the one that was trying to keep the glue to. She was the one to be the glue, if anything, and we have it in this episode as well, where Piper's just completely. And I'm not gonna lie, it was breaking my heart with just how crushed Piper was, and yeah. It was a really, really solid episode. I don't like these run of episodes making me cry. Stop, okay? Just stop. Like, especially if there is a consecutive run of episodes that just make you cry. It's... Yeah. Can we not? Please. Because... Yeah. Just don't. Just don't. Next episode, happy, okay? Just... Yeah. It was just a really, really neat following from the first 2 episodes, which... for me, had both a strong focus on, of course, dealing with the aftermath of Prue and, of course, the introduction of Paige. So, and I feel like this episode did a really, really good job at, of course, not glossing over Prue's death. It's not something that should ever be glossed over whatsoever. So I'm really, really glad that, heck, it was a really heavy focus, if anything, because... this is not something that is going to be dealt with overnight in terms of emotions, and it is just really, really like, especially when you have a new sister into the mix of things as well. It's going to be harder to digest those feelings, I would say, because of the fact that you have Phoebe, who is trying to, teach Paige the ropes and everything, and all of that, and with Piper, it's still that heartbreaking situation that Prue is no longer there to look after the, because Prue was the leader, she was the oldest one, she was the one that had a lot of responsibility, and there is no more of that. So she just wants Prue back into her life, and it is really, really heartbreaking that, we have to deal with life after Prue. So she's taking on a lot of especially with her being the oldest now, she's taking on a lot of responsibility. She's being very, very rash. She's using the demons as a punch bag, if anything. And, yeah. So... It just, I mean, the thing with Piper is, and the way that she is obviously still grieving, and she's channeling that anger, etc. They're all understandable, and you do feel so bad for her, and it just becomes very, very scary because of the reckless nature that she's going in. I mean, you saw at the beginning of the episode how she just stood there whilst Cole and Phoebe just went back into the car, and I thought, okay, so she's just going to just stand there, okay, but obviously there are substances, like the way she was reacting to a lot of situations, like that guy who was just harassing. And how he was just essentially getting mobbed, and Piper froze them without any kind of acknowledgement. She could have exploded them all. Clarity is not a thing that exists at the minute, because there is just this rash option that she's taking. She's not caring whatsoever, and yeah, it is just really, really, it is just really, really sad, like, going into Piper's mindset, like, yeah, so, because she is grieving heavily, and, it is, yeah, the fact that this anger is spiking, yeah, she always had to rely on Prue. That's the thing, though. Like, she's always looked up to Prue and all of that, and now that she's gone, yeah, it is. It I gotta say, though, that scene where she just broke down and in a mausoleum. I mean, just seeing that, like, the name anyways was just really, really devastating. But just, I mean, Holly just topped it off with the acting, I feel, because it was just really, really devastating. And I was... See, this is the thing, though, when we were understanding the gravity of the situation with Piper and how she was just channeling that anger and all of that. I was just ready that for there to be that moment where she could express herself, that anger that's tormenting her. I was ready for that, but at the same, but here we are. I was just very, very emotional with Piper just raging out and letting that grief flow, really. So, and then Paige didn't help whatsoever when, well, I mean, she's combated her own situations as well, and you know, that she you know has expressed about the fact that she felt anger for her parents leaving as well, but I'm also thinking about other layers as well that, you know, might be me stretching into things, but she never got that chance to meet Prue. She doesn't... I mean, the only time she really has seen her was in P3. As she mentioned, she was there for the month, and... yeah. And... to know that you're part of this family and they are just dealing... Like, it just kind of feels sad for like... The way I see it, especially with the fact that her parents left her as well, you know, in death and all of that, there is just this added layer of heartbreak, really, for Paige's character as well. Because she never really got that chance to meet Prue. And she left before she could even say hi. Sure, she did see glances of her, and that makes it even more painful because... family was right there, and yeah, it's, you know, Prue was more like a stranger or a friend, or, well, not even that, because that's really what Paige saw her as, and it just hurts that she never got that potential, that opportunity to connect with Prue. So, like I said, I'm stretching things there, but I'm just thinking in terms of the fact that they've never got that chance to interact, and it kind of hurt a lot more. Like, especially when you take Paige's comments about her parents just leaving, and how she was hurt, and how she's dealt with death in the family before. And then you've got death in the family to someone who didn't even know you. Who you didn't even know until it was too late, and it just, yeah, it just really, really does hurt. So, yeah, and not just that though, but obviously, you do feel a bit bad for Paige anyways because of the fact that, whereas Phoebe's trying to ease her and all of that, and it's very understandable there. You've got the oldest one. You've got Piper, should I say, who just wants nothing really at this moment in terms of that connectivity with Paige, and it kind of does feel a bit isolating. I mean, it does feel a bit heartbreaking as well. Like when you've got when you've got this idea that I don't want to be a replacement of Salt or anything like that. Or like, and you know, she's just trying her best to connect with her sisters, but the other doesn't want any part of it at this moment because she's still, of course, understandably grieving for Prue and wanting things to go back to the way they were. So, and it's not like you can hate Piper or whatever in the regards of her feeling grieving and all. Like, we all handle grief in our own different ways and all of that, and it is like it is a very, very difficult adjustment, like death in itself, and there is a sprinkle of that of how hard it can be, I would say, when you've got a new family member, and especially with the supernatural world that they deal with. She's having to learn all of the ropes and all of that, and with Paige, she's a newborn baby into this world, and I'll get onto that in a minute, because obviously it was very fundamental in terms of the whole escapades with the book. But yeah, with Piper, yeah, you just felt so bad. But I am really, really glad that we had that scene at the well, not just in terms in terms of Paige and Piper getting on a good term at the office, but it was not even supernatural related whatsoever, which in my opinion enhances the flavor. It was something normal in terms of making the first steps in terms of connecting. I still feel like, obviously, there's still going to be a ways to go, because it's not just the fact that Piper is tentatively embracing Paige into her life. Us as the viewers are still going to, we're still getting accustomed to Paige. We're not, like, immediately going to be like, okay, well, there you go. There's like, yeah, we're still embracing, we're still like getting a lay of the land on Paige's character. That makes sense, yeah. So, yeah, but like I said, it was a non-supernatural element really in terms of Paige and Piper. I guess taking that first step, which is very, very appropriate because of the fact that it's more so related to that actual sister dynamic, not just, of course, you know, your abilities as the charmed one. So yeah. So I really, really liked it, but yeah, I loved how it did intertwine with Piper's situation. It intertwined with the Furies, and obviously how fundamental that was in regards to obviously what Piper was feeling. But yeah, but like I said, I am really glad that they're not skirting past Prue's death whatsoever, because it would be wrong. Whatever the behind the scenes reasoning is, it's not a like, you know, I'm not 100% sure what exactly, and I think that's a consensus with a lot of people. They're not 100% certain on terms of what exactly happened, but it doesn't give you the like whatever gripes or whatever you have with an actor or whatever the circumstance might be. You know, Prue's a character who touched a lot of our hearts, and yeah, it would just be wrong to completely skirt past it whatsoever. Just in general, really, because, like I said, it with a death like that, with a death. Who wants ice cream? I don't like. Well, I do like ice cream. It's just chocolate. You're not gonna give me some? Okay. I don't even know if you could hear that. You probably could, because I don't have any kind of noise thingy on, but. Yeah, as I was saying before the ice cream guy just interrupted me. Can you hush, buddy, please? Can you hush? I don't think anyone's gonna get ice cream in this weather. Okay. So, what a weird segue. Anyways, yeah, we're talking about death here, and then there's this guy who's just blaring his ice cream. What a weird segue. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, just death in general. It's like something as significant as Prue's death. It's not something you're gonna just put in the background all throughout. I mean, yeah, we've got a new era with Paige being the new one of the charmed ones. But, you know, just in general, as a human being and all of that, you know, recovering from a death is a long, long journey, and it will stick with you. But the recency of Prue's passing, yeah, it's not going to be something that you're going to just put in the background 3 episodes in. So, like I said, it was really, really great that they did touch upon that aspect with this episode, because whereas episodes 1 and 2 was focusing on the aftershocks of Prue's death and Paige's introduction, you know, like with us, like with the second episode, well, with the first 2 episodes, we got a bit of a initial idea of what Paige was like, and we were like, okay, so this is how I feel about Paige. And then of course you're going to keep expanding on that. Same with the situation with Prue's death. You're going to keep expanding on that, and we did significantly with Piper's emotions. So how they intertwined that as well with the Fury's plot was great. But also with Paige's character as well, in terms of her, I guess being the newborn baby into this supernatural world. And it's like with, you know, assessing Paige's character and dealing with Prue's death. It's not something you're going to wrap up completely within the first 2 episodes. Paige has a long way to go. And I really liked the idea that we did see her trying to get the grips of, you know, how to deal with this whole supernatural landscape, go down the rule book, etc. Even though that, you know, Paige put it out well, which, you know, used to don't exactly follow the rules. So I'm just saying, you know, let Billy, I think his name was, yeah, let him keep it. So yeah, she had the point, but you get the idea, lay of the land in terms of, okay, do this, do that, etc. Yeah, it was great to focus on that and enhance on that in a very, very, like, interesting direction, because you have Piper react to her in a very, very hostile manner, and of course her emotions of Prue's death, yeah. But at the same time, I mean, you just gotta say, you just gotta think, well, you know, she's not to know that there are going to be repercussions and all of that, and you know, she's still finding her footing in the world, so, or in this new world, should I say. So yeah, and you know, I feel like there are going to be some people who are not going to be as who will not follow the rule book as tight as, you know, Phoebe and Piper do right now when they are first introduced to this whole new world. They're like, okay, I'm gonna give this a little bit of a test world, like Paige did in The Office, especially against the guy who was harassing. Of course, she did suffer the ramifications of that, and you know, I was really I was unsure about, you know, the way they responded to her putting karma on that guy who was just harassing people left, right, and centre. Because we saw what happened in terms of the whole personal gain situation and how they enlarged her breast area. And I was thinking, it does seem a bit risky in terms of, you know, potentially sexualizing the Paige further because of her actions against someone who was sexually harassing everyone. So and I was worried, and I was really worried that they would you know, really overdo this. But yeah, that was you know, my worries with what they were dealing with Paige. And yeah, like I said, I felt like with her character in this episode, yeah, I mean, obviously I wasn't, you know, watching this like 20 odd years ago or whatever, so I don't know what the consensus was with Paige, because there is I did remark about this in the last episode, and obviously you're stretching things out in this episode, and you know, with her taking the Book of Shadows for a while and all of that, it's a bit of a no-no in the rule book, isn't it? But like I said, she's still newborn into this world, so she's learning the ropes. But yeah, like I said, I'm not sure what the main consensus was in terms of did people like Paige as a character first off, because obviously she's probably going to grow as a character over the course of you know, seasons plural. But it's more so about first impressions and all of that. And personally, I mean, I really like her, especially her kind nature. And especially and I really did like how she was there at the mausoleum. Because not only could she feel similar sentiments to what Piper was going through, but it also gave her a chance to shine, to try and help Piper. So, and that's her character, like, especially with the social services job that she is at. And not just that, though, but Billy as well, because he was getting bullied, poor guy, like, especially with the skin condition as well. And, you know, it's something relatable because, yeah, skin condition guy who, yeah. So, you know, when that harassing guy, you know, just shamed him constantly, I was just wanting to yeet him. And yeah, she like, that's Paige in a nutshell in regards to caring. Like, she used she used a spell to give, I mean, look, yeah, obviously it was a matter of potentially breaching the rules and all of that, right? Okay, sure, whatever. And then she did have a nice retort to how Pruitt, to how Piper and Phoebe may have exploited the rules. So yeah, but let's just say it like this: Billy has been giving a bit of confidence because of Paige's kind nature. So yeah, but that's it at the end of the day. I mean, like I said, in terms of first impressions, I feel like Paige is a really, really great character. She's got a lot of nice kindness about her. And, you know, I think all of the sisters are kind in their own ways. But that's it, though. Like, I don't think Paige is, you know, a carbon copy of Piper and all of that. They all have their own degrees of kindness, and you see how with Paige, she's, you know, looking out for people, especially those in troubled families, but she's also looking out for her work colleagues as well, those who are struggling. But she's also looking out for her family as well, whilst also being the newborn baby in this world. And you know, it's great that she is the younger sister, because she is the baby of the group now. And, you know, yeah, you might see this as, you might see, you know, her taking the book out for a test run and all of that as a bit of a reckless nature and all of that, but it's not something that, like, she's still new into this world. You're not going to know the lay. You're not going to be an expert witch or whatever within a week or whatever. So, you know, this is still early days for her. But even the oldest can be a bit reckless, I guess. And, you know, like with Paige and how she had her reasonings, Piper did as well. Like, you could understand why Piper was not thinking clearly, because of course she was struggling emotionally, and yeah, you just wanted to give her a hug. So there is that kind of understandability with Piper's agony and how she wasn't how she was being a bit reckless there, because it invoked the concern of, well, obviously Leo, but also Phoebe and even Cole. I mean, Cole did have some pretty sharp comments, of course, but I mean, I feel like it's more so, yeah, I think it's more so in character for with the way that Cole reacted, for Cole to react like that. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was a really, really solid episode. Definitely great stuff in terms of pushing things for all the sisters, really, but more so for Paige and Piper as well, and as well as getting them on a great foot, if that makes sense. So a great first step, really, for them too. So sure, there's going to be obstacles and whatnot along the way, yeah, but we got to start you got to start somewhere, and this is it for Piper and Paige. So yeah, really, really great stuff. A nice follow-up, especially from the first 2 episodes of season 4. So yeah, but yeah, very enjoyable stuff. And I've also got to say, like, I mean, not just for Piper herself, because she looked absolutely stunning as a Fury, but just the general like appearance, like the paint and all of that of the Furies. It was just absolutely good job. It was a really, really good job in terms of the concept and all of that. So yeah, but Piper did rock it though, in my opinion. So yeah, but no, really, really superb episode in my opinion. Loved it, and yeah, it's been a really solid first 3 episodes so far for season 4. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the next episode has on offer. So yeah, until then, I will see you guys next time. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, you can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my DVDs and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time.